Welcome back to Pancake FC, the YouTube channel named after the fantasy team named after my dog. Today, we are reacting to the MLS All Star roster. I have not looked at it before making this video. This is full, straight up reaction, honest reaction. Haven't seen it. Let's just get into it. If you do enjoy the video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. For every person who does so, Pancake does get an extra treat. And let's do it. I'm not going to lie, my expectations are a little bit low. Let's just do it. All right. We got Chicho Arango. That's a no-brainer from here. You got Benteke. He's been very good this season. You've got Bernardeschi. Was not expecting him. He has been, he has been very good this year. Very, very good this year, despite some discipline issues, shall we say, but very good. Danny Buwanga, the Cucho, the Messi, the Diego Rossi. What? Oh, I guess Nancy's the coach. They should not let the coach of the All-Star game pick players because he's just going to pick his guys. Rossi should not be an All-Star player this year. I'm just going to say it. He's a good player. He's having a decent season. Maybe he's more a victim of expectations because we all know he is such a good player and capable of so much. But he has not reached, I think, his standard of play this year for the most part. I don't think he deserves to be an All-Star. I'm just going to say he's good. He's had a decent year. Don't think he deserves to be an All-Star. Suarez, however, does deserve to be an All-Star. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who I would put in over him, though. So how many forwards is this? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who would I stick in over Rossi? Let me see. Let me open MLS Fantasy real quick just to flip through a list of players. I think Joveljic is deserving over Rossi. The man has scored a ton of goals this year. I would probably take Navajo over Rossi. That might kind of be it for the obvious ones. Maybe I would take, I might even take Gabriel Peck. Or like Paintsel, if he counts as a forward. I don't remember if he does. He may be about to pop up. But I would take a couple of those guys for sure over Diego Rossi. Costa is a no-brainer. Sergio Busquets, probably was always going to be in here. He's been one of the better DMs in the league. Chouanier is super random. This is a super, super random selection. Coach's selection. Dan Nancy coach him at Montreal. They shouldn't let the coach pick the players. He's just going to pick his guys. Chouanier's had a decent season in Montreal. There's been kind of some awkwardness where it seems like he was going to get traded. He just hasn't been special this year. He shouldn't be an All-Star. I'm going to say it. He shouldn't be an All-Star. Evander, that makes sense. That's a good pick. Ryan Gauld, I did not. Whoa, Hector Herrera made it in? What? Ryan Gauld is a good one. He's been really good recently. I'm a little bit surprised he made it in because I feel like maybe that, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be. I love Ryan Gauld. I'm a huge Ryan Gauld fan. Hector Herrera is random as heck. He's barely played this year. Why is he an All-Star? Commissioner's pick? Why did Garber wake up and he was like, I want Herrera in? Just random. Robin Lott, very deserved. Very deserved. Coach's selection, well done. Wilfred Nancy, that's a good one. Hani Mukhtar. I don't think I like that one very much, but we're going to go back through in a second and see all the people who I would take over them. I do like that Nagbe is an All-Star. I just really like Darlington Nagbe. He's solid. I don't think he's underappreciated anymore, but maybe he was for a minute. Commissioner's pick, hey, Garber's looking out for the guys like that who rack up, advanced stats. Ricky Pooch makes sense. All right, let's go look at midfielders who I think should be in over a couple of those guys. Who would I take? Carlos Hill, I would take over Hector Herrera for sure. I would take Espin. I would take so many guys over Hector Herrera. Bogusz just kind of lit up recently. I would also Mukhtar. Maybe Mukhtar's not as bad as I felt like it was at first. Lewis Morgan, is he going to be classified? Lewis Morgan didn't make it in. I would take Morgan over Herrera and Mukhtar for sure. For sure. Yeah, I don't like those two. But, I mean, all in all, what are we, I think, like... Oh, and Chouanier, I already forgot he was in here. Definitely all of those guys over Chouanier, super random. overall, I mean, most of these picks I think are solid, but the ones that aren't are really kind of whack to me. Jordi Alba, that makes sense. He's been really good this year. Rudy Camacho has been pretty solid this year. I'm not surprised he's a coach's selection, though. Justin Glad has been very good for Salt Lake. Aaron Herrera, yes, I'm glad he made it in. I think he's been the best right back in the league this year for sure. Thiago Martins, coach's selection, I guess that's fine. New York City FC have had one of the best defenses in the league. That's fair. Steven Moreira, coach's selection, yeah, he's picking his guys. It is what it is. Oriano, I think, I don't think he was on my original All-Star ballot. Honestly, I don't even know if I really thought of him. He's probably deserved. I actually like this pick quite a bit. Miles Robinson, sure. Keegan Rosenberry, very random. Very random. I know off the top of my head, I would take, this may be equally random, but I think this one's a little bit of bias because sometimes when I fall for a player who's maybe a little bit underrated or not getting some of the credit he deserves, I fall hard. I love Tavon Gray. I think he's one of the best right backs in the league and super underappreciated. I would take him over Rosenberry. Where is Bombito, by the way? Where is Bombito? He has been maybe straight up the best center back in the league this year. Just spit all over the place. Why is Rosenberry in over Bombito? I mean, I know why, coach's selection, but Bombito should be in this team for sure. For sure. Let's see. Just flip through some defenders. Brooks Lennon didn't make it. I actually like that. I don't necessarily think it was deserved. Anelli, maybe in defensive midfield. I would take him over Schwanier. Santi Rodriguez also probably unlucky to miss out on this team, as is Carlos Gomez. I know there's only so many spots, but when you're taking guys like Schwanier and Hector Herrera over them, questions got to be asked. Ironically, I actually have Camacho and Moreira in my fantasy team. Kai Wagner, not an all-star. That is surprising. I think he probably deserves to be in over a couple of these guys. I would probably take Wagner over, I don't know. I guess I don't know specifically who. Roman Berkey made it. Okay. What else we got going on here? Oh, duh. Where are the Charlotte defenders? They're the best defense in the league. Malanda or Prevet should have been all-star over, I think Rudy. I would take him over Rudy Camacho. I might even take one of them over Justin Glad, to tell you the truth. And I would definitely take him over Thiago Martins. And that's not any kind of slight on Martins, who's been very good. Definitely over Keegan Rosenberry. I know he's a right back, but it's kind of, I don't know. Rosenberry just feels really random to me. I don't know if there's anybody else who's really going to stick out here. Maybe John Tolkien kind of deserves to be an all-star, but Brian Vera, by the way, I think is super slept on. I would actually take Brian Vera over Justin Glad, and that might be dumb/wrong, but I do really like Brian Vera. That one doesn't really matter. I don't know, some of these, there's just, I feel like for the most part, the picks I don't like are just random. They're just super random inclusions. I don't really understand them. Goalkeepers, Roman Berkey. I really like Roman Berkey. He was the best keeper in the league last year by a country mile. He has not been one of the top 3 keepers in the league this year. He just hasn't. He's had some very good games, but he just probably shouldn't be an all-star is what I'm going to say. I don't think this is the worst selection, but I don't love it. So my top 3 keepers this year are Matt Freese, Brad Stuver, and probably Martin Paz. So one of those guys is missing out, and I bet it's Brad Stuver. I've got a feeling that it's going to be Brad Stuver. Oh my gosh. I hate it. I hate that so much. Literally, I'm having a physical reaction to this. I hate it. Coach's selection, they should. My big takeaway from this video, and I thought that the commissioner's picks were going to be the worst. They're not. They should not let the coach pick. They just shouldn't. They just shouldn't. I know that he's going to coach the team or put the team together to play the Liga MX All Stars. But it's also like it's the All-Star team. It's not like Wilfred Nancy's special team for this game. Like, this is the MLS All Star team. And the players playing should be the ones who've had the best seasons. Hugo Lloris's not had a very good season for LAFC. He's had a few good games. He's been decent with the ball at his feet, but he has had some bad games. His shot stopping has not been good. He is not an all-star. Not deserving. They should not let the coach pick. There's only one spot more for keeper. So, Stuver Freeze pause. I don't know. It could be somebody completely else. They might all be left off. Let's see who it is. It's Martin Paz. Brad Stuver and Matt Freeze are not all-stars. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Especially, honestly, I think for the most part, I've seen people put Stuver. Almost every all-star ballot I saw was Stuver or Freeze. Almost everyone. I think I saw some with Paz, but I'm shocked that Matt Freeze especially is not an all-star. I thought he was number one in voting for a minute, too. I'm shocked, and it is super undeserved. Paz is the only guy here who really deserves to be here of these three keepers, in my opinion. Some of these picks are terrible. And by some of them, I mean the Hugo Lloris pick is really bad. Really bad. We're cooked. MX is going to win this game. I do not like the Hugo Lloris pick, specifically. That's really bothering me. Let's move on. Wilfred Nancy is the coach. I mean, he's the best coach in the league. That one makes sense. So we can see the commissioner's picks. Hector Herrera, super random from Don Garber. Is he just like a fan or friends with him or something? I don't know. And you know what? In hindsight, like going over a lot of more of these midfielders, Nagby, who I really like, probably isn't deserving either. And I mean, we already went through all these. I don't know if I can look at them anymore. Yeah, some of these really bother me. But anyways, there it is. That's my reaction to the MLS All-Star team. If you did enjoy the video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. For every person who does so, Pancake does get an extra treat. This was Pancake FC, the YouTube channel named after the fantasy team, named after my dog. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will talk to y'all again very soon.